Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal. Come and join with us, join with us. Welcome to Nepal.
We are all coming home to Korea. When I talk to a non-vegan audience or mixed general audience, I usually start by asking them, how many of you are vegan? And you usually see maybe a few hands being raised. And then I ask them, how many of you would deliberately hurt an innocent animal unnecessarily? And no one raises their hands. And I tell them at that point, congratulations, you're all vegan.
That's right, that's right.
We are all vegan in our hearts, except who we are and what we do are not in alignment usually. That's because we have been disconnected from our true nature, from who we are within ourselves, from our hearts. So, getting to a vegan world is about returning home to our hearts. It's being authentic. How can we be authentic? And I'm so glad that Nepal is hosting this with government coordination, with people from all over the world gathered here, so that we can actually together make it happen. Because I would love for Nepal to be the first vegan country in the world. Let us put our flag down here and say, this is the beginning of a complete revolution. It's going to fill the whole world with veganism. That requires changing everything, as I said. It requires not only changing our food system, it's about changing our education system, it's changing our governance system, it's changing everything we do. We live in a system of normalized violence today. We need to create a system of normal non-violence. Ahimsa has to be normal. It has to be taught in schools. It has to be taught in universities. And we need to know how to govern so that we are taking care of the planet. Because as soon as we admitted that we are changing the climate of the planet, we automatically have the responsibility to regulate it, to maintain it. This is our job as a species. And the animals are looking to us and saying, do your job. When will you start doing your job? I made a promise to my granddaughter that the world will be vegan by 2026. It happened because I had promised her that I will never ever lie to her. And so when she asks me a question, I try to tell her the truth. So the day the World Wildlife Fund Living Planet report came out in 2016, and I calculated that we are on track to wipe out 100% of wild animals by 2026, I was reading a story to her in bed, to put her to bed. And at the end of the story she asked me, Grandpa, who were the first human beings? Now that's a very profound question. So I tried to explain to her how evolution works. I said, imagine that you're standing on the street and you're holding your mother by your hand. And you ask your mother to bring her mother to stand by her side. And so on. So you create a long line of mothers on this side of the street. And on the other side of the street, you ask a chimpanzee to do the same thing with her mother and her grandmother and so on. By the time these two lines go from Phoenix to Tucson, they will merge. It's about 200 kilometers. At that point, she just sat up and she said, "What? Are you telling me that animals are my family?" I said, "Well, now that you put it that way, they are your family." Because I had never put it together like that. She said, then why are people eating my family? "Grandma, make them stop. They're eating my family. Make them stop." She started bawling. And my heart was being wrenched out of my chest. Because I realized I created a world full of monsters for my granddaughter. Because she was naming names of people she knows who were eating her family. So I told her, "Kimaya, please stop. This is what I do. It's my job to make them stop." She stopped crying. She looked at me wide-eyed. She said, "This is your job? You haven't done your job? When will you do your job? Do your job. When will you do your job?" And I said, "I better do it by 2026, otherwise we're all in big trouble."
That's right. That's right.
So, "Will you promise me that?" I said, "Sure, I'll promise you that." She said, "Will you give me a pinky promise?" And I said, "Sure, I'll give you a pinky promise." And I had no idea what it meant. She said, "Hold out your pinky, And then she locked her pinky in mine and she said, "You can never ever break a pinky promise." And she went to sleep. And I couldn't sleep. Because I realized I'd made a very serious promise to a little girl on behalf of my generation. That we are going to sort this out. We are going to solve this problem for her. That there will be a thriving planet for her. With the wild animals. With forests flourishing. With the climate healed. And that's what we are all here to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just for fun. I know you all know that. We have to create a vegan world as quickly as possible. Not just for ourselves, but for all life. So with that, I know you all know what to do. I know you're all going to accomplish it. Which is the first step in making it happen. Let's have this collective dream of a vegan world as quickly as possible. Definitely by 2026.
World Vegan Organization Nepal, represent the organization please. And I want to say thank you. It's wonderful to have you. Thank you very much. And 20th, the organizing committee is planning to do the same kind of event in Pokhara. Pokhara is another Nepal. Pokhara represents us. Pokhara represents the face of Nepal. So we also request all of your presence at Pokhara as well. Today we are at the inaugural session, whereas tomorrow and the day after we will be listening to a lot of speeches, ideas, theories from different personalities around the world related to the subject matter. Now, moving further, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special dance prepared just for you. So all the dances, all the musics that are being performed today represents us, represents Nepal, represents Himalayan nation. So at this point of time, let's welcome our dancers with Chalia dance, which happens to be one of the traditional dance that represents us. One more time, Chalia dance for now.
Congratulations, Nepal, and respected Mrs. Monica Sanjay Gandhi, the founder of People for Animals, and also Indian parliamentarians, all distinguished guests, delegates, and our sponsors, also partners. Thank you very much for your kind attention and your kind coming and also supporting us for this Himalayan Vegan Festival. And this is actually the 7th World Vegan Organizations Conference and Vegan Festival. The WVO stands for World Vegan Organizations, was established in 2018 in Taiwan, and we have our first conference and festival in 2018 in Taiwan, and followed by the second one in Jakarta, Indonesia, and also 2018, and then the third one was in Tokyo, Japan, followed by the fourth one in Delhi, India, in 2019. And the COVID came, so we have our virtual 5th and 6th World Vegan Organizations Conference and virtual Vegan Festival. And now we are in the 7th World Vegan Organizations Vegan Festival. And this is a very important vegan festival and also conference. And I think this is the largest vegan festival what WVO have done, and we plan for the next one maybe in USA and also in Spain. And we just came back from Lumini and also from India, and I think we had heard from Dr. Rao just now, and also I was taught by Ms. Monica just now, making our chit-chat. She actually is want to make this Kathmandu as a capital of vegans, and also Nepal as a country of vegan, the first in the world. Yeah. And I was surprised in India. You see, there are many vegetarian restaurants in India. We went to Udaipur, this is a city of Rajasthan. And only in the Udaipur city, they have about 5,000 vegetarian restaurants, so which is very wonderful. And we went to many schools and also hospital, and I think this is our target, because the students have a still open mind and still young generations for the future. So I think our target is actually the school and also the university, and of course to the public. So thank you very much again to your kind support and also coming. Hope this Himalayan Festival will be a fruitful festival for all of us and can promote veganism better. Thank you very much for that.